Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Capricorn in September 2019. Hello, Capricorn. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. All right, guys, apologies straight off the bat here for this message coming in so late for you guys. I just did Sagittarius's reading, and of course I've got Aquarius and Pisces after you, so I need to apologize to the four of you because I intended to release this, especially yours in Sagittarius, on Thursday, but a girl had to go to the ER. I was not feeling well at all, so I checked myself into the ER, which turned into an overnight observation stay at the hospital, which basically saw me not be released until like Friday afternoon, early evening, and then I said, you know what, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna rest. And that rest turned into resting for Friday, resting for Saturday, and here I am on Sunday recording your video and uploading it. So I apologize that this has come out so late, but I'm a regular human being, and sometimes regular human beings fall ill, and that's exactly what happened to me. But actually I came up with a clean bill of health. It was just a matter of a little bit of exhaustion, a little bit, if not a little bit, but a considerable amount of dehydration. So yeah, I just had to take time and take care of myself. So I'm back now doing your readings. Please forgive me for the lateness. All right, let's get into it, guys. I've shuffled off camera. That is your main spread there. I will shuffle now on camera for your outcome and your overall energy. Once all the cards are out and they're lying face up on the table, that is when the reading begins. The timestamp will be in the description box below if you choose to jump ahead. Also down there is the information you need if you want to get a personal reading with me. Flip this over. Well, flip this over. This flipped over here in the pre-shuffle, so 2 of Wands for you guys. So some of you are in the midst of making a decision. You are maybe stuck between a rock and a hard place, or at least that's what it feels like. You simply are at a crossroads, though, and you're really, some of you, not all, of course, are deciding monumental things, because on that card you do have the guy and he holds the world under his arm, right? So this is a monumental decision that you're making, or a crossroads that you're standing at, and the pressure is on. It feels like quickly, it feels like the pressure is on for you to make the quote-unquote right decision, okay? All right, guys, so let's see your outcome. I want to see the outcome for Capricorn in September 2019. Capricorn's outcome in September 2019. Please show me. To the floor it goes. Can I get it from here? Yes, I can. I'm looking. I'm like, it's kind of in a corner. I think I can get it. There it goes. I got it. All right. Bottom of the deck is the overall energy. And your card came like that. Let's go ahead and flip everything that came face down for you. All right. And this one too. Here he is again. Big repeating player for the month of September, which kind of makes sense. Anyway. All right, Capricorn, how's that look? Looks, you know, it'll do. All right, let's get into it. Please show me where Capricorn is in September 2019. Please show me Capricorn in September 2019. Please show me. Okay. That came like it was firm, but it was also like not firm. It was weird. Okay, guys. Right? Yes. Thank you. All right, guys. Coming into September, you come in with the Star card in reverse. Show you this card upright so you can become used to it. Major Arcana for Aquarius, so some of you might be dealing with an Aquarius, but you don't have to be. Well, listen. What are you doing? What are you doing, Capricorn? This feels, you're either self-sacrificing or self-sabotaging. There are things that need to be done. Things that need to be paid attention to. Things that are calling out, screaming in your face, saying, Capricorn, pay attention here. Capricorn, give me your whatever, or look, Either look with your eyes or look with your heart, with your spirit, with your intention, and pay attention here. Like, I'm like, and you're not. You're being, in terms of the star, we would be thinking of it as potentially guided. Now, if you're in this esoteric, spiritual, metaphysical space, that could literally be you're ignoring your spirit guides, you're ignoring your intuition, your clairs, right? Or if you're not necessarily a whole part of this community, you would then just be ignoring certain synchronicities or what you would believe are coincidences, or, you know, oh, isn't that funny? And you're like, huh, that's kind of weird. And it's like, no, you need to be paying attention to those things, because it would help you. And you're not in the business of being helped right now. Either consciously you're aware of that, or subconsciously you are unaware of that. But the hallmark of the star card is guidance, clarity, peace, serenity, as well as healing, as well as being awakened, or in some type of way connected to the spiritual, connected to some higher purpose or higher, like a higher belief, religiously or not, it does not matter. And with this coming out in the reverse, Capricorn, you are just throwing it out the window. Or, damn it, I don't like this, because I think in some of your cases, the writing is on the wall and you're playing like you can't read. Read the fucking writing on the wall. For good or for worse, read it. But you don't want to. Or you're consciously distracting yourself. In some cases, like I said, what I know and what many people in this community know to be synchronicities and signs and symbols, we understand it, we see it, we're like, oh, gotcha God, gotcha universe, I see what you're doing there, I see what you're trying to tell me. You will see the same things that someone who's a little bit more versed in this world would see, and you're like, huh, that's kind of weird, and you walk on, and you don't ponder it. You don't consider it beyond, oh, that's kind of weird, or, oh. You know, like, just as an example, like the number 45 could mean something to you in your life. Could be an important, number of within your life, right? And you might see 45, 45, 45 throughout the same day. You might see that number 4, 5, 6 times. And you're like, huh, my change is 45 cents? Okay, cool. Go over, you fill up your gas at the gas pump. Oh, 21.45. Okay, cool. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da. You get on, you go to the deli to get some lunch meat. You pull the tag. Customer number 45, your number is called. It's in your face. And you're just like, huh, that's so weird, 45. And I don't know why I have to hammer this on you, because I don't know. I just feel you're unaware purposely, or you're unaware subconsciously. Either way, if you recognize signs and synchronicities, if you are sort of kind of tentatively in this space, go deeper. Because that's the reason that the star has come in reverse. It's showing what you're not doing and simultaneously showing what you need to do. This energy is more helpful to you in the upright, because that's some type of clarity. That's some type of peace and serenity in the situation. That's some type of healing in your life that is necessary, and it's just not happening. You're not allowing it consciously, or you're not allowing it subconsciously. Either way, if you're watching this message, this is a little ding, 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 ding. This is a little wake-up call, If it's anything else, and I'm saying you, because I've asked where you are, it's a general reading. You could be dealing with someone like this, okay? You could be dealing with someone who's unavailable in those ways, or isn't attuned in those ways. You could be super spiritual, Capricorn. You could be like, what do you call those people? You could be like a shaman, and I'm just a lowly tarot reader on the internet. So you could be like a total shaman. You could be like your own version of a high priestess in your own life, you know what I mean? But you're around someone who is not attuned to this. And their energy is, if I'm honest, it's wasted. Wasted, maybe not wasted. It's like misappropriated. It's like misaligned or ineffectual. However this translates into your life, this is a missed opportunity, so to speak, where things could be at a much better flow. Things could flow a lot better in your life or in the life of this person, but it's just not going that way. Because there's sadness and they're not paying attention to that sadness. Thank you. That was easy. I'm like, what's going on? And I look down. Because they're sad. Five of Pentacles. Sad. Sad, sad, sad. Okay? You are, another person is, the energy between you and another person, or the situation at hand involving more than one or two people, right? Whatever we're talking about, there's a, God, irreconcilable, there we go, irreconcilable, oh God, I need a drink, irreconcilable sadness going on, where it feels like, maybe in some senses things have been lost, but I don't think there's much loss here to the untrained eye, right? So you have a lot of pentacles on the board. So this is going to be a lot of what's like being reflected in your reality, what you can see, but you have to kind of see through it and see the nuances of the situation. So on the surface, I feel, what do we see here? We see a lone figure stooped, squatted down by what? A field or maybe some, like a marsh or something like that, wallowing on their own. This is you or someone else or the energy that exists in your life of wallowing. While in the distance, we've got a city, probably a vibrant city, probably a city full of activity and fun and good times, right? So there's this abject feeling, this apart from, that someone is experiencing depression, okay? Clearly, in some of the cases, depression, isolation, right? This is going to come out in different ways. Someone has accepted the short end of the stick. Yes. Someone believes. What did I say in the beginning? Self-sabotage, self-sacrifice, right? Like now I'm getting like a whipping boy thing. Like somebody feels that whatever they're experiencing, this depression, this feeling of apart, of being apart, of being separate from, of being isolated, of feeling ostracized, of feeling depressed, whatever. There's like but that's what I am, that's who I am, that's what I deserve. Or that's all it's ever been and it will never get better. So there's a lack of perspective here of the actual situation at hand. Because the actual situation at hand, this person squatted down by that marsh, feeling so low on themselves, feeling so, crappy about their circumstances. Not to say this is the cure-all, but go have a good time. Go get involved in something. You being sat down by yourself, isolated, feeling as if nothing in your life is good, feeling as if you don't deserve anything, whatever. Go be about something else. Go get involved in something in that cityscape in the back there. Go to town. Maybe have fun. Maybe go out to a restaurant. Maybe see some friends. Maybe go dancing. Maybe go see a movie. Or maybe go volunteer somewhere. Maybe go, take a tour. Take a museum tour. Go learn something. Go study something. Go do something. Instead of sitting on your own. Whether you're literally doing this, you or someone else, Capricorn, general reading, you know how it goes. Instead of just wallowing, this person, it puts themselves in this mood. This is potentially someone who has chronic, severe depression, and they're having an episode, or they're at a point in their life where they need an intervention of some type. They need some type of help, okay? But this person mostly chooses to be alone, whether that's actual time spent alone, or alone in the sense of refusing help, or at the first sign that someone offers them help, they back away, they retreat, and they reject the person, right? This is, it could be you, Capricorn, because I asked where you were, and we went immediately here next door to the Five of Pentacles. So for some of you, it's definitely you, and I don't mean to call you out, but that's what I feel here. It's like there's a bigger perspective. There's a bigger call to action with that star card. Like this is like a SOS. Like this is like an emergency call with that star being in reverse. We need to change the record here. We need to change the status quo here. But and the tough part of it is because in your reality, like I said, pentacles, you got a lot of pentacles on this board. What shows up in the day-to-day 3D mundane Monday through Sunday kind of vibe is feeling alone, feeling as if you're different, feeling as if you don't have a place to call home or people to support you, and da-da-da-da-da. But that's not necessarily the case. That's a matter of perspective. Of course, you're going to feel that way if you're sitting by yourself down by the marsh. You might be less inclined to feel that way if you were involved in other avenues in life, in other situations. So, I'm not sensing like a Boo Radley absolutely staying in the house 24/7, locked up like a recluse. No. I feel that whoever this is, I feel it's probably the same person. Yeah, okay, thank you. It is the same person. So it will be you, or it will be someone around you. But whoever this is, they're not locked up in a room. They're not staying inside 24/7 or anything like that. They might be. In some extreme cases, they might be. But this person struggles to find purpose and joy and contentment and security and whatever. They struggle to find some semblance of belonging, even if they're around other people, even if they're in social situations where other people are having a good time, or they themselves are smiling, and it's just like there's a disconnect here. And I feel that it's quite severe. Like I said, I feel like in many cases this is like chronic, diagnosable, severe depressive episodes, okay? And it's not going to be solved here in this reading, that's for sure. But there's a call to action. There's like a wake up, change your circumstances, change this, do it now, do it now. But it's not received. That message is not received because, again, the synchronicities, the signs, the coincidences, the moments of that's weird, 45, numbers repeating, whatever it is, not receptive to it. Not receptive to it because because this person believes their reality more than they believe anything else. Does that make sense? Oh God, I don't know that makes sense because there's something here about belief. And I feel in some of your cases, not all, you have a higher calling, so to speak. There's something here that is encouraging you to be open to this reading and what this reading is related to. So spirituality, metaphysical understandings, the melding of reality and the reality that we can perceive and the reality that exists beyond human perception. Like Capricorn, that's a hard sell for many of you. Not all of you, but many of you. 10th house. 10th house, man. That's not persona, but it certainly is how you relate to your physical world. How you relate to your working world. How you relate to your family world. How you relate to the world of friends. tangible. It's very tangible where you reside, the 10th house. It's not super open to the esoteric or the spiritual or even the previous house. You have some understanding and some relative appreciation for the 9th house, you know, philosophical, religion, da da da. But those are more rooted in the physical world. You, dummy, oh God, dummy Jay, listen. Star, Aquarius, 11th house, where the call to action is. Oh my God, it's in the 11th house. It's that Aquarian archetype, which is to see beyond what we see here in the physical, to realize that the world is just a pinpoint of our existence. This place on earth, this place we call home, that's the pinpoint of all existence, aka, oh my God. Anyway, Capricorn, I feel that this person struggles to see anything beyond their reality. And if their reality in their mind, in their experience is, I'm by myself, nobody cares, or I'm by myself and I'm not happy, or I'm not satisfied with this, or I'm not satisfied with that, or I feel people don't accept me here, don't accept me there, then that becomes the mantra of life. And that paints your reality. Yeah? I don't know. I really don't know what else I can say about that. Because, and I think my tone might sound a little bit like a blame, and I don't want it to sound that way. I'm so fired up because in my personal estimation, this 3D world is only a fraction of what life is meant to be and what we're meant to experience and what we're meant to perceive and understand about life. If you literally only think of life in the terms of what exists here on Earth, the things that you can perceive and measure with human understanding, you have missed the majority of the plot. You've missed the majority of the story, if that's the confines in which you want to place yourself. That's what I feel this person is doing. I am placing myself in the confines of what I can perceive, what I can understand with my human brain, with my human senses. Missing a lot of the story if that's the route or the road that you're on, okay? But that's just it's not only what I believe as a person, it's what I feel here. And that star in reverse, 11th house, is all about expanding that knowledge, expanding on it. Oh wait, I picked this up. Is that right? Yes, thank you. So, reactionary, maybe not reactionary. I guess in some cases, reaction of the 5 of Pentacles person, whether that be you or someone else, is this 8 of Pentacles. Due diligence to the physical working world, right? So this is a person who, even if they're depressed, they're functioning. They're getting up in the morning, brushing their teeth, getting in the shower, having a breakfast, going down to work, doing their 8 hours, coming home, finishing the laundry, washing the dishes, watching Jeopardy with their grandma or whatever they're doing. This person does their day in, day out routine like a boss. They're very, very capable, okay? And again, it feels like penance. It feels like, well, there's nothing else for me in this world, so I might as well do this. And I might as well excel at that. I might as well throw all my energy and effort into making sure that I can clothe, feed, and take care of myself. And I can be a good, dedicated worker or boss or whatever they're doing. Like, this is not a person, no offense, who has a higher mind. At least not right now. This person rejects the concept of there being anything more than what they are experiencing in the moment. This person, probably not super spiritual, probably not religious either, probably, no offense to anyone by the way, atheist, or believes when you're dead, and that's it. Blank screen, black, all black. There's nothingness. Nihilistic, maybe, in some cases, okay? And these are fine qualities to have. That's certain people's path in life, and that's what you're meant to do. But in terms of coming to a reading like this, if this is you, I'm not here to challenge anybody's beliefs, truly. If you want to be that person and that's your reality, and then this is just a confirmation for you. Or I would hope that you would take it as a confirmation. what I feel as an empathic person, as a person who's slightly clairvoyant, clairaudient, and all that good stuff, right? It feels like that is a, what do you call that? Defeatist, self-sabotage, just like quitting in a way. Accepting this person doesn't want to be challenged. Not in the mood for a challenge. Feels maybe, okay, thank you. Because I'm like, why? Because from my understanding, I love a challenge. But this person is turned off by challenges. And the reason I feel is because they've been through stuff, right? Challenging times, challenging circumstances and relationships. We've all had it. But this person, I feel, is coming from a place of being fatigued with challenges. Or, especially in the sense of, if you have a chronic mental condition or illness or emotional behavioral issue, and it stays with you throughout your life, where you have these deep depressive episodes, and you've been through therapy, you've been medicating, you've been all the things, you've done all the things to try to rectify that, and you never get away from it, I could understand then, as an outside person, I could understand being like, fuck it. This is my life. This is my reality. There's nothing more for me here. There's nothing for me to understand. There's no way for me to combat this or be any different than what I am. So fuck it. I can get it. Okay, so there we go. I'm like, so why is this person working so hard and throwing themselves into work if it doesn't matter? And I think it's because this person is, like I said, kind of nihilistic. No matter what I do, positive or negative, no matter what I decide, positive or negative, the result will be the same. There's no grand consequence or reward for what I'm doing. It just is. So again, the confines, like I keep getting this box shape. There's a confined way that this person sees the world, sees their life, and they're comfortable doing it to a certain extent. They're comfortable. If I'm honest, this person is being challenged with that star card in reverse, with those synchronicities, those signs, those coincidences, and all that kind of stuff. They're being challenged to see more, and they're like, no, I don't care about that. Or, okay. It doesn't mean anything to them. Or the prospect of it meaning something else bores them, tires them, frustrates them, angers them, because they feel limited based on their experience. Everything I've tried up until this point has led me back to square one. Therefore, why try to get away from square one? Maybe square one is where I'm supposed to be for all eternity or all of my life. Therefore, fuck a challenge. Therefore, screw trying to do more than what I need to do. Very interesting. In the beginning, if I'm honest, I felt like this was mostly you, Capricorn. Now I'm getting into this energy where it feels like this is someone around you and they are influencing you or how you feel about them and or the situation between you. For some, it is you. For others, it's somebody else, but they're like, their energy bleeds into your energy. And maybe, in that case, where it's another person and you're here watching your own reading, but this person is showing up. This is to show you that you're connected with this person. You bleed energy together, or you bleed energy. Your energy is blended, And that blending of your energies is I don't want to say it's hurting you, because I don't think it is. It's certainly, the challenge then would be to you. Because I said that. Because I was leaning, as I got off the ground with this reading, towards self-sabotage. I believe, roll back the tape, I believe I said self-sacrifice. And Capricorn, some of you might be self-sacrificing for this person by allowing their energy to blend into yours, for them to essentially bring you to a lower level. Now, a low level of energy, just to give you my interpretation of it, I don't view it as bad. I don't view it as negative in the sense of it needs to be triumphed over, or it needs to be, not triumphed, but eradicated. Low vibrations exist for a reason. They will always exist, and they will always be here. You cannot get rid of them, okay? You can transmute them, you can rise above them or change their frequency and elevate them, but they will always be here. And a lot of people will use them. A lot of people will encounter them and live with them for a long time, and that's their battle, or that's your battle, whoever experiences this. But for me to say that someone is at a low vibration and they bring you down is not to say that I think that this person is defeating you, that this person is meant or trying their best to harm you or hurt you. You could even take it to like attracts like. To some extent, you could not be brought down to their level if you didn't want to exist there alongside them, okay? So I feel that star in reverse is here to possibly signal to you, Capricorn, you don't have to be in this low vibe if you don't want to be. Even if you care for this person, even if you love them, even if you want to support them. There are times where we, like I said, have to look out for ourselves. But I feel that star card energy is self-sacrificing. You could be more, you could have more, you could raise your vibration, you could raise your frequency, but because you care for this person or you're attached to this person in some type of way, you self-sacrifice your higher tendencies or your higher frequency to come down to where they are. Six of Pentacles. I'm like, why am I talking about this? Six of Pentacles, okay? So, that's reciprocity. And when we see the Six of Pentacles and we talk about reciprocity, we assume it's at a high exchange of quote-unquote good vibrations or good energies, right? Six of Pentacles can exist on a low vibe, on quote-unquote negative energies. So if this person is depressed, they will make you depressed. If this person feels isolated and alone, they will make you feel isolated and alone, or they will isolate you. They will ask for and expect only your attention and screw everybody else, right? Regardless of what type of relationship, by the way. Like, this could be brother and sister, this could be lovers, this could be parents and child, this could be any type of relationship, right? And it can be beyond you and one other person. This could be a group of people, right? But the Six of Pentacles for you, Capricorn, in this reading is this person or you or whoever it is looking for semblance. We all are. Connection, right? The sixes are all about reciprocity and balance and connection, right? So, and like I said before, like attracts like. So wherever they are, you need to meet them where they are. Or vice versa, whatever it is. Because they're like wanting me to connect these. And I'm like, I don't see how that works. Okay. Just to give sort of an illustration, right? Where I said this person is alone, isolated, whatever they're feeling. So they dedicate themselves to work. And they dedicate themselves and really put all their emphasis into checking all the boxes and making sure that all their bottom lines are met in their life. So I go to work, I pay my bills, I feed myself, I take care of my kids, blah, 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 right? They do all the things that make their physical 3D life pleasant or acceptable, right? They want that in return. In the relationship with you or with any relationships among them, right? So they want fairness. Now, I'm putting that in quotes and I'm about to, again, signal to the challenge. I want what I already perpetuate or what I reflect out. So if this was a romantic relationship, just to illustrate it, and this person is depressed, let's say, your partner, or you know your story better than I do, right? This person is depressed. They have severely volatile or very like just deeply dark moods of depression, right? Regardless of how often or what they've done so far to mitigate or to mediate that, to mitigate it and to lessen the effects of that, They no longer want to invest in that path. I don't want to try to work this out. It's just my reality, and that's how I want to live. So they put the emphasis on working and providing and doing all that kind of stuff. They want that in return. So if you are the concerned spouse or partner of that person, your inclination might be, Capricorn, let's see about going to this type of therapist. Or, well, there's this other type of medication. Or you're watching a tarot reading. Let's think about some more esoteric or metaphysical solutions to what you're going through. This person doesn't want to hear that. They don't want that. What they want is what they are already presenting, which is, let's just go ahead and focus on work. Let's focus on making money. Let's focus on having good vacations and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Because again, this person, even if they are isolated, they're not living like a recluse. They are out in the world doing things. They're very functional, okay? They don't want to dive deep. The Six of Pentacles isn't a signal to dive deep, but you know who is? Your anchor card, your starting position. The Star card is saying, let's go deep. It's in reverse because someone says, hell no, not going deep. No, no interest. It's either you or the other person or both of you together. So, and then with the Six, you get reciprocity or you get cycles, right? So we stay in this loop of bad day at work or an extreme depressive episode for a week. Then we, it could be manic or bipolar, right? We go into these mood swings and we just accept it. This is a trouble spot. It's a 5. It's a challenge, right? You can work on it. You can see it through, or you can find some resolution. But with the 8 and the 6, that's more. That's sticking to the status quo. That's not accepting a challenge. That's letting the challenge lie, letting it fester, letting it just remain, right? I don't necessarily like that for you or whoever's experiencing it, because I'm always hopeful. And again, I don't know this person's life. This could be a lifelong struggle. This could be 50, 60 years of living like this. After that long of trying to fix a problem or meet a challenge, I might get a little fatigued myself. So I feel that this person is to some degree fatigued, tired, so just tapped of any give-a-care towards finding a solution. I get it. And if it's not you, Capricorn, the challenge then would be, what do you want for your life? If this is not your natural inclination, Capricorn, if you are not naturally in this energy, you're being pulled into it. Do you want to be? If you do, great. That's your path. That's what you're going to do. I would always venture, for me, as a reader, as someone attached to this world, we are not meant to live our life for other people. We are meant to live our lives for ourselves. And if you choose to attach your life and your outcome of life or your goals or whatever in life to someone else's goals and their path, that's your choice. But I would encourage you to live your own individual path. But that's it. That's just me. That's my personal philosophy. I feel it is slightly affirmed or given credence with your next 2 cards. Because, yes, thank you. And this is interesting. I'll point that out at the end. The next card that you have is the Fool, right? Major Arcana, secondary Major Arcana for Aquarius. So you have Aquarius twice here. That's the major with the star. This is the secondary. So some of you are definitely dealing with an Aquarius. I haven't done their reading yet, so I don't know what's coming up for them. But maybe it'll be worth a watch. So maybe. Anyway, so the Fool is that embracing of unknowingness, the embracing and the rolling of the dice towards, whatever may come, right? You've got this character dancing on a cliffside, about to go tumbling down, maybe, or maybe they're going to remain on the plateau up there and they're going to be safe. Who knows? But the Fool comes up in a reading to encourage us to step onto a new path. The Fool's journey is this thing in tarot that you see in all the major arcana, where you go through different stages or phases or certain plot points or significant points in life. You know, the Fool goes to the Magician goes to the High Priestess, and so on and so forth, blah, 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 right? The Fool's Journey is what it's called. You or someone involved, or both of you, or however many people there are being called to take that step onto that new path. Other ways of saying it is to take a leap of faith, right? So, and again, even the phrasing of that, leap of faith, where I was talking down here about someone who doesn't have faith, nihilistic, atheist, believes that when you're dead, there's nothing but blackness. There's nothing more to life than what I can experience in my day-to-day life. This is encouraging this person to challenge that, okay, because it comes above the 5, and like I said, the 5s are challenges, right? So they are being pushed, encouraged, signaled to with the the lack of connecting synchronicities. They're being challenged to see more, to perceive more, but they cannot, they will not, whatever. If it's not specifically the person in the 5 of Pentacles, it would be the person dealing with the 5 of Pentacles person, whether that be you or a potential cross-watcher for Capricorns. Is it possible? This is not me saying absolutely do this. This is just possibility, right? That your path and this person's path are no longer aligned. No matter how long they've been aligned. Parent to child, boyfriend to girlfriend, sister to sister, whatever your relationship is with this other person. There's a potential for one of you to step off into your own path, to not guide yourself, but be guided on your own towards whatever you are meant to do, whatever you're meant to experience. I feel hard for many of you. There's a pulling together of energies, because like does attract like. But if you're starting to be fatigued by dealing with their fatigue, if you're starting to feel exhausted dealing with someone who is always exhausted, but you don't want to be exhausted, or you feel, why am I exhausted? Some of you are out there living it up. Maybe in some of your cases, you're in that cityscape, right? In the background of where that person is by themselves. You could be living in that cityscape. You could always feel like you're part of something. You could always feel as if, you know, you're not experiencing some type of poverty, emotional or financial or material poverty, right? You could feel and know that's your reality. But for some reason in your life or in certain points of your life, you feel the opposite. Why? Because like attracts like. Because someone, like I said, pulls you to their low vibe. If you don't want to be a part of the low vibe, you can transmute that. Not to abandon them, to kind of give them affirmation. Nobody cares about me anyway, and I'm all by myself anyway, so of course you're going to leave me, Capricorn. If that's what that person believes, that's for them to believe that. As for the person who might want to no longer be a part of that low vibe and want to kind of raise their vibration, get to a higher level, right? Again, not in superiority, just different, okay? You can do it. Does it involve risk? Yes. Does it involve overcoming and facing challenges head on? Yes, because the Fool comes right above that 5 of Pentacles, right? So you will be challenged, or it will be a challenging road to walk down. It's not a walk in the park. This is not some cake that you're just going to sit there, this is delicious. I'm having such a good time challenging myself. I'm having such a good time considering whether I should be supportive towards someone who is actually very draining or needing support that I can no longer provide. Oh, this is so wonderful that I'm no longer self-sacrificing. No, you will not approach this with some gingerly, happy-go-lucky feeling. It will probably be quite arduous. It will probably be very painful, or melancholy is what they're telling me. Melancholy. All right, Capricorn, I apologize about that. I've had nothing but long readings for September, so I had to move some things around on the storage. Now, melancholy with the Fool, right? So it's bittersweet to see a path for yourself as an individual and want to go down that path, knowing that certain people cannot come with you on that journey or will not even run alongside you in a parallel experience, especially if you're coming from a place where you've been very close with someone or your experiences are overlapping or intertwined in some way. Didn't I say that before? Like you guys are blended? I think I said that for you. If not for you, I said it for Sag, and I apologize if I'm misremembering. But you don't have to do anything that I suggest that you do in a reading. I'm not your therapist. I'm not your mother. I'm not even your conscious or your conscious at all. I don't have any dog in your fight. But the reason I do this work and like I said, one of my core philosophies is we are all individuals. We all live our own lives. Even if we're intertwined, even if we run alongside each other, we have to do things that are in our own best interest. At the start of this thing, I have felt self-sacrifice, self-sabotage in this energy. I don't know what purpose that serves. It might be what you have to do until the end of your days. That might be the choice that you make. I don't know that that's necessarily quote unquote helpful, but I also believe in, multiple lives. So you'll live this life and then you'll come back and you'll try it again. So that's what I think the Fool is. And it works for both people. It doesn't just work for the person who's self-sacrificing for the other. It also works for the person that is there in the depths of this sorrow, in the depths of this woe is me, or it works for them too. I feel that person would be less receptive, way less receptive. Because again, I feel that person has tried over and over and over and over again to improve themselves or improve their circumstances to get to a quote unquote a better place or whatever it is, and they have always been hit with roadblocks, or they've been hit with moderate success but then like backsliding, and whatever they've gone through, I feel it from where they're standing is a very valid experience. But from where the other person outside of them, the supportive person, stands, I don't know that reality that the Five of Pentacles person is experiencing is necessarily true for the outside person, for the supportive person. Like I said, sometimes your paths are aligned and you're next to each other or you overlap, but then at some point in life, those two paths begin to diverge and they begin to go separate ways. I'm not here to tell you to break up any type of relationship. I'm not here trying to tell you to abandon anybody, but that's what it feels like. This feels like something that was once intertwined, overlapping, very much together, very much similar, is now becoming dissimilar, is now growing apart. And you can look at a damn tree or a plant and you can see that, where even on the stalk of a plant, right? The way that stems or flowers will branch off from the main line. Plants and flowers, they don't grow in a single solid pole, or, they have branches and things flower out and things expand away from each other. They're still connected to the roots or to the base of the plant, but they go their separate ways. If you do this, if you or whoever does this Fool's journey gets on that path of this new Fool's journey, which we all go through cycles. We're all the Fool. We play the Fool's journey over and over and over again in succession, right? A lot of times. If you do that, you have this new opportunity. Ace of Pentacles, right? This new chance at something, a new reality, okay? When we deal with Pentacles, we're dealing with reality. In many cases, we're dealing with money. And you've had a lot of Pentacles here, and I haven't really talked about it in terms of money, because I don't feel that's like even central to a lot of your experiences. I think this is more talking about reality. Your day-to-day, Monday through Friday, the schedules you keep, the obligations and appointments that you have, like that stuff. The money, money is just like not that big. So some of you, you might see the Ace of Pentacles and think, oh my God, a new investment or a new opportunity to make money. Maybe, but that's not the core of it. The core of it is a new way of experiencing your life. A new way of clocking, quote unquote, the normal, right? So if you take that Fool's journey away from, maybe not even a complete severing away from the Five of Pentacles person, right? It doesn't mean that you don't talk to them. It doesn't mean you don't see them. It doesn't mean you have no communication. No, it just means you're doing something different. you have a new reality. Whereas before, maybe a lot of your responsibility was to take care of them or to see them through a situation or to see them do whatever. Now that you reprioritize towards yourself or towards other relationships in your life that also need your help or also need your input, right? You get a new, like a freshness, like breath of fresh air is kind of what they're filling my mind with. You can breathe easier. You know, like I said, some of you, this person, your energy is blended and they brought you down to this low vibe. The anxiety, the pensiveness, the frustration, the anger, the sadness was rubbing off on you. You get away from this person, you spend less time with them, you don't prioritize them as much. Not to say you abandon them, but you start to tell them, listen, I got my own things to think about and take care of. You then feel you could breathe easier. You can sleep better. You don't have all this anxiety. Your stomach isn't all in knots all the time. Whoever this is, whatever this is, you guys are very in sync right now. And I feel that many of you don't want to be in sync with this person. Or if it's a vice versa, they don't want to be in sync with you. If you're the Five of Pentacles person, own it. Know who you are. Yeah? Another confirmation. Look at where it's placed. The Ace of Pentacles is above that star in reverse. You could have that if you got into the star energy upright. Everything in tarot, by the way, guys, at least with my readings, is reversible. So a reverse position can be turned upright, and these upright positions can be turned reverse, aka the path would be switched. Like I wish you could see what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like an actual turntable, like an actual floor where the path turns. Everything is mutable in that sense, right? If we get into the star, all the things I mentioned about what the star is, healing, clarity, bigger perspectives, higher mind, right? Higher level of spirituality or some type of spirituality. And this is not to knock anybody who's not spiritual or they're not in it. That's not their life, fine. But that's the call to action here. To see things from a wider perspective, from a bigger scope. And not be so focused on the day in, day out mundane life that we experience here on Earth. Again, that pinprick experience. Why am I saying pinprick? I've said that pinpoint. I'm sorry. That pinpoint experience, the tip of a pin, right? Pinprick. Why did I say that? Sorry. Anyway, but to experience that life, or to experience life in that way, is a little bit limited. But that's some people's route in life. That's what they're meant to do. For others of us, that's not what we're meant to do. We are challenged to do more. We are challenged to see more, to experience more, to perceive more. It's not for better or worse. It's just different. Okay? Outcome for September. Repeating player. This has come up in almost all the readings. The Hermit, major arcana for Virgo. So some of you are dealing with Virgo, but you don't have to be. So I think no big decisions on your end or anybody else's end, Capricorn, are going to be made by the end of this video. Not at all. And being that this is kind of within the confines of September 2019, it's not going to be wrapped up by, September 30th or whatever it is. No. This will, I feel like this is a careful decision. Or not even transition, maybe. Maybe it's not about a decision. Maybe it's just a transition or a metamorphosis, right? Things are being transmuted. Things are evolving in some cases, right? And that takes time and patience and concentration and all that good stuff that we see embodied with the Hermit card. So this is not overnight, waking up and telling your partner I'm leaving you, or waking up and telling your mom, I can't be your emotional sponge anymore. I just can't be here for you all the time. I have my own life. I have my own family to take care of. I can't be the person you call every time you have a crisis. And you know that your mom, whatever, you have a long history with this person, right? This is not waking up and flipping any switch. No. Hermit encourages you to look at the history of the situation, the history of your life, the history of that person's life, and how you guys blend together, how you guys intersect, right? And really pulling out certain patterns of behavior, certain repetitive cycles between you or within your own life, whatever it is, and really coming to a more effective understanding of it all. Again, this person with the Five of Pentacles is probably very nihilistic. They don't see the ripple effect of an action or a behavior. They don't believe in that. They believe that they're kind of very black and white, right? There's not like a lot of nuance or gray with that person, right? The Hermit is very interested in the gray area, is very interested in, well, not very interested, I shouldn't say that. The Hermit, because yeah, I'm going to take that back. The Hermit is not necessarily interested in the gray area. The Hermit is interested in what's unseen. No. Backtracking. Thank you. I think that the Hermit would be interested in finding rhyme and reason to an absolute, right? And kind of seeing the underbelly of it. That's weird. More, or clear that up, because that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Oh! I go look down at the card. Okay. So you see how you have black, you have gray, and you could kind of maybe count that big moon as sort of like a white. Yeah. The Hermit would be interested in all of it. The black, the gray, the white. And not really giving much preference to either, or any of those perspectives or takeaways or anything like that, right? So that's what it is. The Hermit, similar to the Star, is wanting to see as much as possible, gather as many facts, as many figures, as many takeaways and understandings as possible to have a clearer perspective. Now, the Hermit additionally is a card of self-healing and self-interest in healing, right? So whatever you're doing, Capricorn, or whoever this is for, whatever they decide, or whatever they're mulling over, whatever they're considering, it has to be in their best interest. Sort of selfish in a little bit. It's like a little selfish. A little bit selfish. Because the Hermit ultimately will become a healer, or will become a person similar to what I've already said, that is already supportive of other people, but has to do some personal inventory, has to do some personal checkups on the self. If I think I said this earlier for somebody's reading, if you have a doctor who is a healer, right? All doctors and nurses are in the business of healing, right? You don't expect a doctor to go in to do surgery with a broken arm. No, Dr. Capricorn or whoever it is, please go get your arm in a sling, go get that shit put in a cast. We'll see you in about 2 months, and then we'll see if you're ready to come back and perform the duties of healing. So if you're a supportive person to the Five of Pentacles, or whatever the situation is, and you've been helping, and you've been supportive, and certainly they've relied on you in certain ways, to the detriment of your own body, of your own health, of your own wellness, you now have to take a time out, refocus, get some healing and perspective put in your own life so that you can come back and become a healer, maybe for the same person or other people, okay? Overall, for September for you, Capricorn, is the High Priestess. Now, overall, as an energy, holy shit. Secondary major arcana for Cancer, so there might be a Cancer in the mix, but you guys know it doesn't have to be. It's a general reading. Now, the reason I'm saying holy shit is because, listen, this is sort of, to me, this is like sort of the embodiment or the figurehead or the mascot, and if for a lesser, for a less, whatever. I'm not gonna say that. Anyway, this is like a figurehead for the esoteric, for the spiritual, in my estimation. This figure, the High Priestess, is spirituality, is metaphysics, is religion, is philosophy, is all of those things all at once simultaneously, and all of any other type of understanding we can have about the universe and existence and consciousness and all that good stuff, and sentience and everything, right? This is, she also would embody, you know, freaking conspiracy theorist, you know, whatever. everything that you could possibly understand about life here on earth, anywhere else, your life, their life, anybody's life. She already knows this. She has all the information. She has all the knowledge, right? So as an overall for you, Capricorn, I feel she's here to show you or to highlight that we're having an issue about beliefs. We're having an issue that might be more specifically on limitation of beliefs. Because like I said, she embodies both spirituality and religion. And in some estimations, some people's estimations, those things are separate. They do not mix. They do not overlap. They have no business being, converged. They converge with her because they exist in this. They exist. And there's validity to both of them, right? With the High Priestess, she's aware of and acknowledges that some people believe in extraterrestrials and some people believe that's a bunch of horseshit. And both are true at the same time. It's a very nuanced, very complex entity in my estimation, or figurehead. But it makes sense to me as the reader, as the person who's conducting this for you. As an overall, that might be, okay, again, pick it up. And again, black and white, right? Look at the two pillars, right? That she sits between. So that could also just signal to what you're experiencing. You could be a super religious person, Capricorn, and the person that you care for, that you love, that you've been supporting is an atheist. And you guys have this discrepancy between your two viewpoints on life. You love this person, they love you, you care for each other, right? You have some type of camaraderie between you, okay? But you have different beliefs in terms of your spirituality or what have you. That doesn't negate that you two care for each other, or it doesn't negate that you two would converge and share a path in life at some point. Maybe now it's gotten to the point where your paths are now going to diverge and run parallel to each other or run off in completely different directions. Will you be forever severed? No, because like I told you with the plant, you always come back to the stem. You always come back to the stalk. You always have a home base with each other, whether that be, you guys were raised in the same house. Maybe this is your brother or your sister, right? Or more what I was getting to the point of, the stalk is just consciousness and existence in this universe. That's my big takeaway for the High Priestess. We're all part of this one streamline, but we all shoot off in different directions. Wow, you guys had a deep one too. September has been a deep month for everybody. Nobody's had a frivolous reading yet. Got 2 to go. We'll see what happens. Capricorn, that's the end of your reading. If you liked it, if there was something here that you enjoyed or that resonated with you, go ahead and hit the like button. You can leave comments down below. You can, of course, share this across your social media platforms. And, of course, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, guys. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see the uploads when they come out. Cap, I'm going to be back in about a week and a half doing the mid-Septembers. And I'll post those for you. Then, of course, the Octobers. You'll see me go live here next weekend. I'm going to be doing a live live reading for Virgos because it's their birthday season. So you have that to look forward to. If you want to eavesdrop on a Virgo, you can. If not, I'll see you next month when I do your, not next month. I'll see you after Libra. Anyway, and Scorpio. I'm like, you guys won't see that live reading for a minute, but if you want to see it, you can see it. If not, that's totally cool. Anything else? No, that's pretty much it. All right, Capricorn, I thank you guys so much for watching this video today and taking your time to spend it with me. Take care. Bye.